Where's that Hydra Glide at? Where ain't it? Where's that Hydra Glide at? That ain't it. Where's that Hydra Glide at? There she go, baby. There she go. That is the brand new 2024 Hydra Glide. Man, this bike is extremely exclusive, right? We're gonna go over all of this exclusivities. We're gonna go over what it means to be in the Icon Collection. I mean, we are about to take you guys there on this beautiful masterpiece. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have not seen one yet with white walls on it. I had that personally done myself. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think that it's a classic addition to this bike, although it was not on the original 1949 Hydra Glide. This bike has absolutely everything giving. We have number 899 out of 1750. Generally in the Hydra Glide family, I'm sorry, not in the Hydra Glide, in the Icon Collection family, they have about 1,500 of them. This year, Harley made a few more. So we're gonna dive right into it, right? We're gonna go over all of the different things that this bike has, some of the differences between the 1949 Hydra Glide and the 2024 Hydra Glide, or Hydra, should say that, Hydra. Get it? Hydra Glide. All right, guys, appreciate you guys. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Stoker side. Have a happy Harley day. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have the 2024 Hydra Glide. For the purposes of this video, I am going to have the camera facing the bike. Just want you guys to hear my angelic voice, right? And we're gonna go over some of the stats on this bike, okay? So for those of you that are trying to get this in the garage, you're looking at about 95 inches long, 95.1 inches long, right? So that is from the tippity tail here, right, all the way up to the front part of the bike, okay? The seat height on the motorcycle is a little bit less. So a lot of people have been giving comparisons to this to the 2024 Heritage. And the bike is very similar in certain ways, but then in certain ways it's really not, okay? A lot of ways that it's not. So some of the ways that it's not are the seat height. So the seat height from this point here to the ground, it's going to be about 26.1 inches, okay? 26.1 inches. And your ground clearance, that is from the frame there, that black piece at the bottom down there, to the ground, you're going to be looking at about 4.7 inches, right? So the seat height on the Heritage is a little bit taller, but the cool part about this bike is that because it's a solo ride, it makes you feel more into the bike, okay? The suspension in the rear has been, or the monoshock has been lowered just a little bit to make it feel like you're floating inside of the motorcycle. And this bike is really designed for, you know, big boys, small people, small ladies, big ladies, however you want to describe. It's really a comfortable fit for a lot of different riding types, okay? You are looking at the birch white and red line red, right? Birch white and red line red. That is giving you the classic Harley look that matches very similar, although the paint is not the same, but it matches very similar to the 1949 Hydra Glide. That V in there stands for V-twin. That is an iconic symbol, iconic badging that goes along with Harley. And along with, on the front fender, they typed in the Hydra Glide on the front fender, the badging, okay? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. This red line red, man, this really makes this bike stand out, right? This really makes the bike stand out. So once again, just wanted to go over a few of the things, right? This particular video, I'm going to skip rake and trail. I know we normally talk about that, guys, but you know, a lot of people don't really get into that. So we're gonna let that go. Just know that the bike's handling is absolutely amazing. I mean, it really allows you to get a nice turning radius, be it that the rake is on an average soft tail rake, which is 30 degrees, okay? So it's gonna give you a nice turn radius, right? So we are running Dunlop tires. Now the stock tires also come Dunlop, is 130, 90, 16, 130, 90, 16, right? So we are running Dunlop tread so that you can see the entire motorcycle, right? Entire rim, and that is giving you the chrome steel lace front, okay? And obviously this is with the white walls. So you got to take care of that chrome steel, baby, because I promise you, if you allow that salt air to get on it, it will definitely rust up quick on you. So we definitely don't want that. So, hey guys, wax your chrome lace rims. I promise you, wax your chrome steel lace rims, right? So the rear tire, let's go to that one. That is running 150, 80, 16. You still have the chrome lace rims in the back. This bike does not come blacked out. This bike does not come blacked out, so please don't ask. It is not blacked out, okay? So you get the chrome options along with this. Now, the bike is coming in at a little over 700 pounds. You're looking at 742. That is the weight with all of the fluids in it. That's oils, gas, all of that good stuff for the motorcycle, in case you're wondering how heavy it is, right? You're still running the classic Milwaukee 8 motor. Let's flip on the other side so that you can see that. I like to show the side with the actual, where you get the pretty picture of the motor. Get the pretty picture of the motor, right? But the 114, so this is going into the performance side of it, right? So the 114 motor is giving you a little bit over 1,800 cc's. That's with 1863. That is still on the Milwaukee 8 motor, and you're running about 95 horsepower and 119 foot-pounds of torque, okay? Now, that also is giving you the Screaming Eagle high flow air cleaner. That's what that is. Now, that is real commemorative to the 1949 edition. Very stylish part, very effective in today's performance as far as the motor and air filter or air cleaner are concerned. So I really like that they kept that same style, okay? Now, as far as the tank size is a little bit bigger than what it was in 49. You're running a 5-gallon tank, okay? I wonder how many miles per gallon you were getting back in the day, right? That's probably a trivia question that somebody can answer for me. But on this one, you're gonna be running about 47 miles to the gallon, right? And then you have the classic tank here on the 49 when they had the other tank cap on the other side, just to give you like that classic. But I guess Harley chose to leave it on the one side with the gas tank only, okay? Now, let's talk about this luggage space. So you get the same size as the Heritage. It gives you, just so you can see, now that luggage space is 1.5 cubic feet of space, okay? 1.5 cubic feet of space. I'm gonna go into all of the goodies in just a second, but this is what comes with your bike, your owner's manual, your spanner wrench in order to be able to adjust the shocks. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but I still want you to be able to see the motorcycle and go from there, okay? I want you to still be able to see the motorcycle. It's breathing on you right now. Do, 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 do. Hey man, I'm just giving y'all some fun. All right, so we got it covered. I just wanted to go over some of the easy parts of the bike, right? Just to give you guys the specs so that you can see it. And then we're gonna get a little bit more into this Hydra Glide in just a moment, right? One last thing that I liked is that they went with the classic single side rotor on the front rim. I love the fact that they did that. That was really cool. And also, in 2024, this bike has ABS. So as you can see right there, you see that little black line that's covering right beside the rotor? That is ABS. That allows the bike to be engaged. That's for some of the safety reasons. Now, I just went over all of the specs of the motorcycle so that you can see it. Now, some of the things that identify this bike that make it different from a Heritage, okay? The first thing is the riding position, okay? Because the seat is a little bit lower and the bike is a little bit lower, the riding position on this motorcycle is very clean. It's gonna make you feel like you're sitting in the bike. Unlike the Heritage, it's gonna be a little bit taller. Now, the windshield on the Heritage also is around 22 to 23 inches. On the Hydra Glide, it's 27 inches. That is to help prevent less buffering, and then it gives you the stylish red two-tone windshield that you have on it. Now, that's the cool part about it, right? Some of the other differences are the fringes on the seats and the buttons. Look at that. On the 24, they went to the classic beads back again. In 2017, they changed it over to look like the little bullets on the side. But now they went into the beads along with the conches, the conches, and then they have the classic solo seat rail, okay? Now, the stitching on this bike is absolutely amazing. Check that out. Man, that stitching is classic on this motorcycle along with the trim. And then they have the tank guard that allows the keys to not prevent, but it gives it a nice style. Now, a lot of people are known for this bike, right? One of the big guys that are known for this bike is Elvis. I'm gonna show you a picture of that in a minute, but Elvis rode a bike very similar to this, and he has a famous photo on it. I don't even know if it's the exact bike, but I'm telling you, the bike is extremely similar. When I show you this picture, you guys will pick up what I'm putting down here, all right? Now, let's look at that. Now, what do you guys notice different about that? What do you notice different? I noticed that there's no speedometer. That's just a tack, right? So they did that in 2024, no speedometer. Now, the miles per hour are going once you engage the motorcycle, okay? This bike does not have traction control, but it does have cruise control, okay? Once the bike gets going, you'll be able to see the miles per hour while you are in there, and this allows you to see RPMs, right, on the motorcycle. So, just for you guys wondering, the check engine light and the ABS light will always be showing when the bike turns on. Once I start it, I promise you those two things will go away, all right? Now, let's see, man. Does anybody have any questions about this? I'm gonna go into a few other things that I thought that were really cool about this bike versus the 1949 Hydra Glide. So just keep watching, guys. Have a happy Harley day. All right, guys. So some of the differences between the 1949 Hydra Glide and the 2024 Hydra Glide, there are a couple of differences, right? So like Harley didn't really make the bike. They just took similar things that were from it and made a resemblance towards the 1949 Hydra Glide. So for example, in the 1949 Hydra Glide, it had fishtails on it, right? As you can see, the bike has the standard exhaust on it, and it's not fishtails. Another thing that they did was the bike was a 4-speed in 1949. Now currently the 2024 is a 6-speed transmission, okay? Now they said at the time that that bike got up to 100 miles an hour. I really don't believe that on a 4-speed, but I'll see what I just had to go with the research, right? I don't know if I really believe that because I know an 883 is a 5-speed and it's hard to get that to 100 miles an hour, right? So a 4-speed, we'll see what happens with that. Another cool thing about the 1949 was that at that time, the technology wasn't there with the suspension. So in 48, I think it was, they had came out with the hydraulic shocks in 48. They waited for it till 49, and then they put the hydraulics in the front forks. Now, basically on the hydraulic, this is now a dual blend shock. So basically it's in conjunction with. So if you run over something, bam, you're just gonna run over it. On the hydraulic shock, it's gonna bam, and it's gonna keep like a coasting, like a floating feel. So what offset it was was in 49, they didn't have any shocks for the rear yet, right? So I was like, man, I bet that was a hard ride. But the good part was in 24, you have the monoshock that's up under the seat, and you are able to adjust it to be as soft or as hard as you like it to be, okay? So that was one of the cool things. Now, in 49 also, they did not have cruise control, okay? Cruise control was not an option on the bike. I think cruise control came out in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came out in the 50s, but on the original 1949, there was no cruise control on the bike, and obviously it has cruise control now, right? Another one of the big things was they added bags to this one. So in the 49, it had no bags, and it had basically like a seat where it was just maybe almost like a Springer seat, not quite. I'll show a picture of it and you'll see what I'm talking about, the differences between them. But it did not have bags. So in today's era, I guess people are more wanting to be able to carry stuff with them, be able to store items with them, and so forth and so on. So, and then the last but not least, this is running 94 horsepower. Guess how much that 1949 Hydra Glide? Can anybody guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? All right, now, but it was running 49 horsepower. So that's why it was still, once again, hard for me to believe that you can get up to 100 miles on the bike. So those were some of the differences. Like I said, it's a couple other things like the tack and the tires and the lace. So it's a lot of little different things that go along with it. And once again, the cool part about Harley is when they did this, they did the Revival Collection, and they started it in 2020. They had the Hydra Glide, and then there's another one. In the Icon Collection, they also had the Fast Johnny. They had the GI Enthusiast Collection, right? Where all of it was like army green. This year in the Icon Collection, they came out, on the Enthusiast Collection, they came out with the Tobacco Road Fade. So you'll be able to see all of these new bikes. This is just one of Harley's. Now, me personally, I'm so glad that Harley started taking their retro bikes and bringing them back and giving them a more modern flair in the 2024, or starting in 2020 with that Revival. That was really one of the most beautiful motorcycles that I've seen in a long time. But once again, how do you guys like this? Do you like it with the white walls? Do you like it with the changes, the little small change? The one thing that I would change is I would take these mirrors down and maybe pop some circular mirrors up there, right? So anyway, guys, man, I really appreciate you guys. Once again, last but not least, shameless plug. If you guys want to get this Screaming Eagle shirt with Harley, right? Let me show you guys the back. See the back of the Screaming Eagle shirt. If you guys want to get it, man, make sure you come to Palm Beach Harley. You can also pick up the bike, all right? Hey, man, listen, appreciate y'all. Have a happy Harley day. All right, guys. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate y'all watching the channel. Thank you guys for like, comment, subscribing. If you have any questions on the 2024 Hydra Glide, man, please let me know. Drop a comment, ask your questions. Oh, by the way, sneak peek. What motor was in the 1949 Hydra Glide? Go give y'all a little sneak. And for people who answer, I might even be a little gift in there for you guys, all right? So appreciate y'all, man. Once again, comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all of the support. Have a happy holiday. What up, though?